Get ready for an empowering, eye-opening conversation with online fitness coach, entrepreneur Nebiha B on this next episode of the Get Your Ass Up podcast. We'll discuss overcoming fear and discomfort in the gym, combating harassment, and empowering women through fitness. You don't want to miss it. Welcome to the Get Your Ass Up podcast. I'm Tony, the closer. I'm here to inspire and motivate you to never give up on your dreams. As a former NFL athlete who overcame personal setbacks like going to jail and bankruptcy, I turned my life around to become one of the top salesmen in the world. In this podcast, we'll feature celebrity guests, successful entrepreneurs, and my incredible network to give you real-world advice on how to achieve success in all aspects of life. Whether you're looking to build a successful business, achieve financial freedom, or simply need some motivation to keep pushing forward, we've got you covered. Man, we've had amazing celebrity guests on here like Dame Dash, T.I., my boy Joe Hayden and Edgerrin James, Andre Berto, and more, sharing their stories and insights on how to reach their full potential. Listen, so are you ready to get your ass up and achieve your dreams? Hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an episode of the Get Your Ass Up podcast with me, your boy Tony, the closer. Let's dive in. Let's change your life together. Let's go. Welcome back to another episode of the Get Your Ass Up podcast. I'm your host, Tony, the closer, and today we have an empowering conversation lined up for you. Our special guest today is Nebiha B, also known as Nebby, an online fitness coach and entrepreneur who is dedicated to helping women conquer their fears and own their space in the fitness world. We'll be discussing her journey overcoming gym intimidation, dealing with harassment, and how the fitness can empower women. So without further ado, let's dive right into this motivating and inspiring episode. Get ready to feel empowered, ladies. It's time to get your ass up and own your fitness journey. All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Get Your Ass Up podcast. Today, we got a special guest joining us today, my girl Nebiha B. She's going to be teaching you guys all about the online fitness journey, how you can actually get started, taking care of yourself. And this is about women today. This is going to be all about empowering the women. I know so many times we go into the gym and we see all the guys looking all, muscular and grinding and everything, but we got to make the gym a safe place for the women as well. So I just wanted to bring you on today. First and foremost, I appreciate you taking time, Nebby. Thank you for joining the podcast.
I appreciate the invite.
I love coming to the gym and seeing the women grinding.
Yeah.
And I've been watching you for the last couple months coming in. I see you with your camera set up and I'm like, damn, she's really working out and she's really getting to it. So I had to approach you the other day. I was like, hey, are you like an influencer or a coach or whatever? And you were like, yeah, I actually really do this for real. Yeah. So I started checking you out and I was like, damn, that's dope. And I think it's good for women to be able to have a point of contact, somebody that they can look at and say, hey, I can get coaching and feel comfortable in the gym and know how to operate in the gym, because I know so many women really have many fears when it comes to actually going physically in the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
So tell me real quick, what was your journey getting into the fitness space? How did that become a thing for you?
Yeah, so born and raised in New York. I moved to Miami about 6 years ago, and it was kind of one of those refresh, restart, change my life moments.
Yeah.
My life was completely the polarizing opposite of where it is right now. And I know that I needed to be in a positive community. I know I needed to do something that was impactful. I know that I needed to create order for myself. I was very, in disarray, chaotic. I didn't really have a system for myself. And I was like, what is the best way to get discipline in my life? I knew that I needed discipline. So I just joined a gym, and then I hired a trainer myself. And I just started falling in love with the process of staying committed to something and kind of having something to focus on. In a way, it gave me purpose to know that I had to wake up and do something. It wasn't just the days flowing into each other. And that changed my perspective for a lot of things in life. And I started to fall in love with that process and see that everything it was doing for me was just positive. Work got better, school got better. Everything just started changing, just having that routine. And then I went ahead, I got certified, I started training clients myself, and then it just spiraled to just one thing to the next. And then fitness coaching came a lot with mindset coaching, right? You need your mental to be one of the biggest parts of your strength journey and your fitness journey, and nobody trains that. You know, you just think you go to the gym and you just lift weights, but you're not actually training your confidence, your ego, your mentality, you know, things like that. So I realized it was like one big package to become like just a better human. So that's kind of how that journey happened.
So what's been your experience like in the gym as a female? Because, you know, obviously, like, I think sometimes a lot of women are intimidated walking into the gym. So can you tell me, like,
I used to be intimidated too. I think when I first started in the gym, I was like, oh my God, I'm so fat. Like, what am I doing here? You know, and I had like this self-consciousness of like, I don't know what's going on. And I used to just kind of hit every machine and be very lost. But I think going to the gym gives you that confidence. You know, like getting into a routine and watching yourself accomplish things. And I think it's a lot about like the little things. Like if you can squat, I don't know, 25 pounds this week, next week you squatted 30. Like that little accomplishment is a boost in ego. That is a boost in self-confidence. It is a way for women to kind of like feel more empowered, you know? So literally just going there and tracking your progress is probably one of the biggest things for it.
So do you feel in your experience like going into the gym is like intimidating for the most part for most women at the beginning?
Most women, I'm not sure, but I would say it is intimidating. I don't know the number. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's like a 70% or a 60%, but from my experience personally, I would say it's pretty high.
What factors do you think that like kind of contribute to that fear factor of going in the gym?
I think it's a lot of. So actually, I'll give you an example. I had a client that I had her doing a specific exercise that was like, I guess it looked provocative, and she wasn't really confident in like form and structure and things like that. And when she would go to the gym, she felt like she looked kind of like flimsy or, you know, just doing something that doesn't really look like serious or, you know. And she ended up like texting me saying that she couldn't do the exercise because like she was uncomfortable that like guys were like looking at her a certain way. And I feel like there's a difference. Yeah. I feel like there's a difference when you get into like, you know what you're doing, then you go to the gym and you're like, I don't care what anybody's looking at, you know, versus when you're very new to it, you don't know if you're doing it wrong. You have all of these factors that are kind of like, you know, your inner dialogue is really your worst enemy. So I think a lot of that is what makes women, you know, self-conscious. And it's like, I don't know if these girls are looking at me wrong. I don't know if the guys are looking at me like I'm, you know, and especially the guys are all jacked up in the gym and they've been there forever. And it's more of a male environment. I think guys even are more friendlier and more approachable with each other, whereas women don't even really have that community yet, you know? Right. Like guys can be like, what's up, bro? You know, you're benching whatever. And then all of a sudden everybody wants to, you need a spot, where women don't really have that camaraderie.
What I see go viral a lot on TikTok in particular is women and like men and these uncomfortable, how long you should look at a lady, if you should look at her, like, you know, like all these different things. And I'm not going to lie, like going into the gym is like, good Lord, sometimes it's like.
Oh, especially in Miami.
Like, yeah, like you go look around, it's like, God damn, like half the women are looking extremely sexy and they're half dressed. I mean, everything is seeable. I can see how men could take a look and look a little longer than others. I mean, let's talk about how do we have an environment that is like, it's a comfortable environment for everybody because, you know, I got a girlfriend and everything, but I go in the gym sometimes, I'm like, damn, these women are freaking like walking around here with their ass cheeks hanging out. Somebody's gonna look.
But I guess with that though, it's not just about looking. I think it's the intent behind the gaze, which is different. Yes, and it makes a difference because I actually heard somebody say something on TikTok the other day. Married guy was having a conversation with another friend of his who's married, and his friend was kind of making the same comment, right? He was like, oh yeah, like I look at women all the time, like I'm always checking women out. And the guy that was married was like, I honestly don't. And his answer for that was, if you're still looking on the menu, then you're not full. So if you're still looking for other things, you know what I mean? Like for sexual reasons or whatever it is, then you're not content. So there's something else happening.
See, I'm gonna disagree with him.
Okay, go.
Because my plate's full. happy, I still see ass cheeks hanging over here.
Yeah, but
I'm still a man.
when you say that,
I'm
right?
I'm not acting like I'm gonna go smack you on your butt, or I'm not gonna come and holler at you. But I'm still a fucking human. When I look up and I see ass, I see breast. As a man, any man sees that. He can tell you, hey, his whole table was full and he's married, and he still sees the ass that we all see.
Right, but when you say see, what, like, I see it like I'm walking by and it's just like, oh, that's a butt. You know what I'm saying? Versus, oh my God, I'm drooling at the lips and I want to get inside that.
Well, not the drooling and I got it, but most men, 95% of them go, damn.
Yeah, but what is that? Because everybody does that. Like a girl, I could be in a relationship and I could see a guy that's like super cut up and be like, oh my God. But that doesn't mean that I'm like lusting over this person, right?
But some people would take that as lusting.
I think that's
like,
what the difference is.
There's women and men that will feel uncomfortable about their significant other looking at somebody that they felt like was attractive and saying, damn.
Yeah, I mean, I would not. I mean, that is disrespectful. I wouldn't. Hold on. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. If my man did that, we would have a fight, and I would never do that to him.
But what I'm saying is, like, in the gym, some of these women will put on the shit that makes you like. My kid comes in the gym, and I've seen him a couple times go like. I mean, like, it's like we are human. I mean,
But that's my point, though. It's okay. I think it's okay to look, and I think it's okay to some degree, it is flattering, right? If you're like, I work hard on myself, like even from a man perspective, right? You work hard on yourself, you got your body, you're putting all this effort into you, and a woman notices it and is like, you look great. You know what I'm saying? Or the male version, damn, whatever that comes out to. And it's great to know that your accomplishments have been worth something, right? You're working towards something and you're like, okay, I feel great about my body and my skin and it's appreciated. That is what it is. Versus there's been situations, and I think this is what make women uncomfortable. I've actually had to like go up to a guy in the gym and tell him to get away. He was following me from machine to machine and was just like hovering over me. That's what makes women uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like women don't do that.
Talk to me about those experiences, right?
Yeah.
Because that's where, I think from a male perspective, like I never see some of the stuff that you guys experience. Right, So it's sometimes it's totally unique and it sounds outrageous. Like I see crazy. The TikTok and I see all that, but like let's talk about real experience, like maybe harassment or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm from New York. I didn't see it all. So actually, I was there was a guy one time. This only happened once, thank God. I was in a train station in New York, and he was like standing behind me. We were both waiting for the train. He just started like masturbating, just full on, just pulled it out and just started just whacking at it. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? So I'm like walking away from him. He's like following me. I'm like screaming at him to like get away, like to put his like it was like the craziest thing. And he literally followed me throughout the whole. Sick. Yeah, he followed me throughout the whole train station. And
with his meat out.
Huh?
With his meat in his hand.
Just just walking, just having a good old time on his part. And I was like, but like there's like very extreme things, you know what I'm saying, that women like see or experience where I don't think guys get to that extent. Like women just like, and at the end of the day, it's less harmful too, right? If a woman does it, because it's not much of a physical threat to you, right? You don't know, like if, I just start flicking the good old jelly bean, it's not like you're going to feel like threatened by my position of doing that. Versus if a guy does it.
I'm going to feel threatened if somebody start flicking the jelly bean around me. That's a whole threat. And I'm like, I'm intimidated.
You're like, man, put that away.
Put that thing away. The same way you ladies are, we get offended too, because some of these women are extremely aggressive. But
that's true.
In the gym particularly, right? I know you were mentioning like this experience of somebody like following you from machine station to station, right? What was that? What happened? Like, and tell me, like, how did you handle it?
So, it was like early me being in the gym, just started kind of my fitness career. I was actually in LA Fitness, and he kind of just came into the gym one day. I was working out, and I noticed him the first time because he was standing at another machine that he wasn't using. Like, he kind of just went over there and just sat at the machine, and it was just so he can get like a good like view, and was just watching me do my whole set. And then at first, like, I didn't really pay attention to it. He kind of like faded off, etc. This happened, the first time I went to the gym, second time I went to the gym. Eventually, I started noticing that he was like coming on the hours that I was coming into the gym. And then he just started getting a little bit more bold. So instead of just staying off in a section, he would start following me from like machine to machine, or he would sit in a machine like, how when you're like in like, I don't know, doing like a lat pull down on the machines that's connected to the cables, and then you have like one here and then one directly there, so it's like eye contact. He would just sit in the front one, not use the machine, just sit there and stare at me. And then eventually I was like, what are you doing? You're not working out. You're following me around the gym. You're coming from me to machine. And then he tried to gaslight me. And he was like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's a free space. Like, I can kind of sit wherever I want to sit. And I'm like, so sit somewhere else. So we get into a whole argument. It turned into like this big ordeal. I ended up going up to the front, telling the manager, I was like, yo, this dude is like low-key like stalking me around the gym, And it was like bizarre. And he was really uncomfortable. Like he would just kind of like hover. He wouldn't say anything. It was just like direct eye contact the whole time. And it was just like, I didn't want to work out. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm hot, I'm sweaty. I don't want to take my shirt off. Like I don't want to do things that are going to potentially provoke this guy. So it was just like a weird situation. But I told the manager came by and kind of like shoot him away. And I guess he was like embarrassed or something, but I don't think it should have had to get that far. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Here's what I always wonder. And I'm saying this in a way that, like, just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, go for it.
What if he thought you were interested because he saw you looking at him? Because some guys might look at him, and then he thinking that you looking at him because you obviously notice him looking at you.
I see what you're doing. I see what you did there.
Because sometimes, like, I've been in the gym.
But that's an excuse of you just going but not working out from machine to machine. You're just going to sit around.
That was weird and creepy. Like, that part's weird and creepy. I would never just go and like.
He was like, you was doing too much. But
he might have thought like you made eye contact with him at one point of the actual.
And then that was his window to approach.
Yeah, he was like,
that was how he
y'all
did it?
Working out every day. He was saying, he was like, y'all were like silent workout partners.
No, we weren't. Oh my God. No, hell no. He definitely not that. I don't think it was that at all, because I never made eye contact with him in the sense to like, I wasn't looking at him like, like it was obvious. Like I'm working out and I turn around and I see the dude and I'm like, what the hell? Like it was like face expressions were not matching that energy,
So obviously, like, you're extremely fit. You wear like these very small clothes. What type of, have you had to deal with any other types of like people saying anything inappropriate or whatever, like as you train? Like
now, no. I think in the gym that was probably one of my only like real big incidents. Mm-hmm. Moving past that, I'm not sure if people have said inappropriate things to me like behind my back or anything, but nobody's ever came up to me and said anything. So I don't have a complaint with that. I think, to be honest, it's less in the gym and it's more like outside the gym. Like walking to the gym or leaving the gym, I'll have a higher chance of people like screaming at me in their car or saying crazy stuff because of my gym fit. But I think now like people are so used to the gym environment that it's kind of just like, she's here to work out, man. Just let the girl live.
What strategies do you have for like women that might experience harassment or
in the gym?
In the gym, yeah.
I think don't shy away. I think a lot of the like feeling intimidated or closing yourself off sends a message that you can kind of just be talked to or walked all over. I think if you just kind of walk with confidence, the chances of somebody being, brave enough to say something outrageous to you are going to be slim. I know that sounds interesting, but if I like walk in with my chest up and I'm like, I don't care about anything and I kind of have this aura to me, the chances of somebody looking at me and they're going to poke a finger, you know what I mean, are going to be less, in my opinion. Mm-hmm.
Do you think that gym attire that women wear should be a little bit more conservative?
For what purpose?
For going into the gym and making it an environment to where, like, if all the men came into the gym with nut huggers on,
like Speedos,
and they were doing hip thrusters and and the abductors every day, I think the gym would be a little bit different.
I agree. So
Because if
it
I
would be
walk in with
different
Speedos on in my, because the only shit that y'all do is lower body that I see.
No, I don't.
Most women I see in the gym are only in the lower body section. They're doing legs 22 days out the week. like they're doing legs and butt every day.
Yeah.
Every lady in Miami, I go in the gym and they do the same machine every day.
My favorite actually is back, so that's interesting.
I seen a couple quads that were bigger than mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a lady don't play by her legs.
Yeah,
I give you that.
The legs in Miami, the leg machines are occupied.
But I think guys coming in with Speedos, it would be a different environment because I think everybody would be uncomfortable. I think it would just be discomfort. I think when girls come into the gym, are you saying that they're creating discomfort, or are you saying that they're just creating like?
I'm not saying anything. You're not gonna put this shit on me, Nebby. I'm just saying. If men walked around with they prints showing. Would this situation be?
I'd be uncomfortable.
Okay, you come to the squat rack and buddy, he got his rack on the side in his little tight. You gonna feel a little different.
I would be uncomfortable. I would think that
but why,
he's a predator, and
but why would he be considered a predator when women come around with they pointing up, poking everywhere?
They're wearing shorts and sports bras.
Why don't you guys wear sweatpants and t-shirts like men do?
Because it's hot. And guys don't wear sweatpants and t-shirts. Guys
wear
wear shorts and no shirt at all.
Shorts?
We do wear shorts.
You guys wear compression shorts.
Because they're comfortable.
But once again.
Guys wear leggings.
Once again, the thing is poking out. Everything is showing.
What is she supposed to do? Hide her butt?
What are we supposed to do? You want men to... I'm just saying the double standard here, right?
You guys literally walk around with your nipples out.
Hey... Some of y'all work out with the nipples and a little bit more.
No, they don't.
A little bit more.
No. Guys have no shirt. You guys literally go in there with no shirt on, and then you have basketball shorts that arguably are thought shorts because you could definitely see a print in there too. And then nobody says anything.
So I personally believe if it was equal, like women want to be treated, if men could put on their own tights and go into the gym, we would have some of the same type of conversation.
Okay, do it.
You know?
Are you coming into the gym on Monday?
I'm not wearing my Speedo because it's going to make some people feel threatened. We're going to just keep it. We're going to keep it where, in my shorts. I like my little shorts. But even men, I be getting harassed. I got my shirt off.
Are you serious?
Man, I got my shirt off. All that, yeah.
Oh,
man, listen, men, we get it too.
Yeah.
But we're going to keep it about the women today. But I just want to make sure we understand.
Okay, I'm not taking that away from you.
That if y'all put on some sweatpants and t-shirts like we did.
Not in the gym that we go to.
Definitely not in boxer. Boxer is fucking 200 degrees, so you would die.
Yeah, can't do that.
But maybe that's good because you burn a little bit more fat, sweat a little bit more.
You're going to have a whole bunch of women just passing out on the floor, and that'll be on you. But
do you think that women should put on a little...
I don't think so. I agree that some of the outfits are like
bra and panties.
Some of them are like club wear, and it's just like there's a line between like
some
club
of it is
wear.
like bra and panty.
No, they're not. Not the shorts.
Some of it is very bra and panty like.
You gotta show me an example.
You gotta keep it real. No, you don't need me to show you an example. You've been in the gym for a very long time. You've seen some of these.
But I think maybe I'm just so used to it. It's just shorts though. They're literally in shorts.
Some of the shorts are complete like boy shorts where the ass cheeks are hanging out.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Like I mean, like come on.
So I don't. I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of like the butt hanging out of the clothes. When I'm saying shorts, I'm saying shorts. You know what I mean? Like biker shorts, things like that. Like I'm not saying like the cheeky.
The girls have gotten very cheeky. Definitely in Miami, they come into the gym with the whole cheek out.
But they do that even outside. Like I don't even think that's. I mean, personally, to each his own. I'm not even a fan of people just wearing like the cheeky shorts, just walking around or going to the store or anything like that. Like to me, it's a little too much. So I definitely don't think the gym is where it's at, especially because you are doing certain exercises like deadlifts. And it's just like, okay, you know what I mean? So I'll give you that for sure. But when I'm I'm thinking shorts. I'm not thinking cheeky.
We got Nebby to finally agree that y'all be having
Because I had a different understanding of the shorts.
But you know you be seeing what we be seeing because that's what be going. I'm in the gym and I'm like,
yeah, like she's doing too much.
like goddamn,
Yeah.
like.
And I'm not a fan too either of like, you know, the little skirts. Like they wear like these little skirts, and it's just like, why are you wearing a skirt in the gym? Like,
Because they know what they doing.
yeah, that's too much.
But then these are the same people that would be making a TikTok video.
Yeah.
Saying, look at the men being a creeper.
Yeah. But I mean, again, though, so, you know the opposite argument to that. It's just because my outfit is what it is doesn't invite somebody to harass me.
To look.
Not look. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about harass.
We watched videos where a guy will be standing off in the back and he's just looking from a distance.
Yeah, but why can't you why do you have to stare?
Because it looks good, damn it. Like, stop acting like if it looks good, we're going, like, shit.
But that's
he's
too
in the
much.
gym. He probably got a fat woman at home.
Well, that's
He don't
him.
even like looking at her.
Oh,
and then he walks in the gym and he see that girl sitting there with the cheeks out. And he's like, damn, yes, I'm gonna look. And I hope that you know that I'm looking. And I hope that you wink or something to say, come get me. That's what he's hoping.
Is that what you think it is?
That's what he's hoping.
I think that there is a way that a man can carry himself, though, which goes from being respectable and attractive to being like a thirst creep. And respectable and attractive would be more of the lines of like, you see something that looks nice, right? And you're like, damn. But then you do your thing. Like, it's not like, oh my God, what's happening over here? Like,
Nah, it's going to be a gym conversation. It's going to be 5 niggas that walk past each other like, hey, dog.
right. And I mean, that's solid, though, to an extent. It's just like, okay, like we all acknowledge the fact that this woman looks amazing.
So, yeah, you might start a crowd. If you come in the gym and you got...
You're going to start a crowd? Oh, God.
You get a crowd of guys and they're going to all look. Like, you know how many times I've been in the ring and these guys know I got a woman and everything and I'm not even looking at... But they'll be in the ring. We're in the ring, and they're like, "Damn, look at the thing over there." They throwing punches and talking about the girl on the side.
Oh my God, what's wrong with y'all boys? What is wrong with y'all?
It's your clothes.
It's not the clothes. You guys are gonna do it anyway.
It's your clothes. You got men that's sitting in there in the middle of a gym watching somebody walk in with her whole breast pressed up to the middle. You see the whole cleavage. You see the whole everything. She come in with makeup on, looking like she ready to goddamn get picked and chose.
Yeah, I'm not kind of crazy about that either. Makeup in the gym. Me, I sweat way too much, so I don't really.
But no, these women come to the gym and they done up like.
I told you, it's very clubbish. But okay, also too, like, this is going to be an entirely different topic, but it relates. Wouldn't you say, though, to some degree, if that's like the concern, then it's very much like one brain driven, like the other brain isn't taking control of that? You get what I'm saying?
No.
It's sexual based. It's like that your wiring is strictly just there. And it's not all men. That's very generalizing because it's not. There's plenty of guys that are like, okay, like she looks good, but it's not. You know what I'm saying?
That's me. Well, I'd be like, okay, okay.
See?
But still, I'm a man, and I still see it.
I mean, you could say the same thing for a woman. I'm still a woman, and I still see it. But women don't. Women think and see all the same ish. We do. Girls have the same conversations. We just carry it with more elegance.
Some women,
right? Like some men,
some
right? So
women.
you can't generalize, but for women, conversations are bananas. Like the group chats, outrageous. Like for real. And it's really equivalent. And the thing is that it's not, men talk about it more like, well, I'm a man, like what you just said, so of course I'm going to look. Women don't ever say that statement because they just carry it different. They don't walk around saying, well, like, of course that's how my wiring is, because no, we just know how to have class behind it. Where it's just like we see something that looks good, but we know how to be.
Is it classy to come in the gym?
I'm talking about the way they conversate, not the way they dress. And I don't know.
I'm just talking about the dress. Now, is it classy to come in an environment where there's men that's working their ass off, there's women that's working their ass off, and you come in with the
cheeks out?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, thank you. I just want, as long as you're keeping it real.
Because I'm not a fan of the cheek out. I'm not.
I just want. What about excessive cleavage?
Sometimes that's avoidable. That's unavoidable.
Now, if you just got big boobs, that's cool. But some of this stuff be like push up bra, like
Yeah, but most of you know what
some of these A-Lo outfits ain't meant to be like, yo, some of these A-Lo outfits is made for like, I don't know, for a model shoot. It's not really
for the
like
gym. But I think that also comes into, you have to understand too, right? The whole purpose of us wanting to get women in the gym and feeling confident and feeling sexy, they should want to wear things that make them feel confident and sexy.
right.
So if the whole purpose of you being in, I think regardless of the fact of how like sexual provocative it could be or sway to on either side, the gym is a place for you to want to be there to better yourself.
Right.
So there are people like going back to the makeup thing. There's women that do a full beat of makeup just to go to the store for whatever reasons that they have. That's their, MO, but that's how they feel good in their skin. So I'm not going to get into the psychology of why these women have to feel like that's what they need to be wearing, but maybe that's what they need to feel good in their skin. Maybe they need to put that on to get to the gym and go, okay, I like how I look right now. Now I'm motivated to, push my body further. And I don't know if it's the right thing or the wrong thing, but I do feel like maybe to an extent that could be, the driver behind that.
How do you empower women through fitness and health to like boost their like self-esteem and their mental?
It's a lot of inner dialogue. It's a lot of boosting your self-esteem and your mental in the gym is from home, which is what we just kind of said, which is great kind of like window to that. It's a lot of you understanding and correcting your mind. I actually just had a conversation recently where someone said to me, you're listening to your mind instead of talking to your mind. And that is something that not enough people really get a grasp on. And that's something that I really try to teach with my ladies, where you have thoughts that are stopping you. You're looking at yourself, or you're having, these, what's the word? Not impulsive. Intrusive. Thank you so much. Intrusive thoughts that are just not what you need to benefit you. And you're listening to it. You're not talking to it. You're not stepping outside of yourself, telling yourself that's a crazy thought to have. And,
Right.
So I think that's one of the biggest ways to kind of build that self-confidence.
What would have been like some of the, if you had to give me like 3 tips for women to help build their self-confidence, what would you say those would be?
Spend more time outside of your ego. Understand what is driving the ego in your thoughts and spend more time outside of that. Do a lot more selfless acts, things that are for the benefit of other people. For me, I notice that when I pour into other people, it's an ego boost for me because I know that I'm working on my spirit. And that's something that people can't take away from me. And that's something that will always make me feel better about myself because I know that I'm purifying. And then the third thing is push through the hard days. The hard days are what's going to make you feel more empowered than going on a good day, because anybody can go on a good day. Anybody can go to the gym when they feel like it. Anybody can meal prep when they're in a great mood. It's the bad days that when you push through it, that boost the ego.
Right. How would you say as a fitness influencer that you help people like really stay body positive, all while, inspiring them while looking at you? Because some of these women look at you and they might feel it's unobtainable.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not that it's unattainable. If anything, they should look at me and feel like, oh wow, this is where she started. This is how she got here. Because I put a lot of like my before photos too on social media. And I think the biggest way that I do it is I try to keep my community tight. So I have a Facebook group. I have like messaging chats. I'm answering the DMs all the time. I'm constantly interacting with girls. I try to jump on Zooms with the girls that do my challenges as much as possible because I want them to know it's like a safe space and it's an experimental space, right? You're not supposed to get everything right all the time and everybody's going to mess up all the time. And it's not something that you need to be striving or trying to get a perfection. It's just doing better than you did yesterday, and anybody can do that. When
I started getting back into my fitness journey like July of last year. Going to the gym and, like, first off, it's this ego thing, right? Because I'm an athlete and I kind of measure myself by where I have been at in the past. And I know it's a lot of people that, like their bodies aren't where they saw their bodies 5 years, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I actually just watched a video for me when I first got in the boxer. I had no shirt on.
Yeah.
And I was just watching. I was like, golly, I was so out of shape. I was so fat.
Yeah.
But I know there's so many people who go into the gym and at the beginning, they're measuring against the people that they see in the gym who are already close to their goals or have been consistent. Yeah. And it's a very intimidating, like, measuring tool.
Yes.
Like,
because these people have been doing it for years. And
if I'm, for example, if I'm just starting off as a female and I want to get my body back together, maybe I haven't worked out in years, right? Yeah. And I'm looking at Nebby and I'm like, Nebby is gold. She's got the body that I want. Yeah. But it's also like, when I look at me, I don't see how I could ever obtain that. I don't like, it begins to, you start talking your way into being like, man, I'm about to go eat this.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. But I mean, within that is, you literally just said what the answer is. You're comparing yourself to other people versus comparing yourself to you. Right? That's the biggest. And there's obviously, you can look at body shapes and go, oh my God, this is body goals. This is what I'm, this is the end goal. This is what I want to look like. And it'll help you structure your program around that, right? If you see a girl with bigger quads or bigger hamstrings, now you know how to, create a program to focus on these things, right? If you need strength training, if you need hypertrophy or whatever it is. But the biggest issue is that you can't use that end goal as your comparison, right? You can use a couple of different bodies because genetics, right? All of these things play into role. You're not going to look exactly like somebody else. Even if you look at a bodybuilding competition, all the girls that get on stage, there's no two girls that are identical, right? So it's not, even though they're in the same division, right? It's impossible. You can't look exactly like somebody else. So you can use somebody as a marker so you know which direction you'd like to head, but your comparison should always be what you were able to do last week to today. And that right there should give you motivation every single week to be like, oh my God, I sprinted longer than I did last week. That's crazy, And if you look at that and you just notice, like, all of those little wins are what's going to get you to your body, because you're going to look at yourself every day in the mirror and think you look the same, you look like crap, you don't like the way you look. And then one day you're going to look in the mirror and go, oh my God, I have a six pack. How'd that happen?
Consistency.
Yeah.
What about, like, there's this big conversation. A lot of women, definitely in Miami, going under the knife, and then becoming fitness influencers, and that's it. It goes from not the actual work, but kind of the misrepresentation of, hey, you can have this body too, but they're actually not.
Putting in work.
What are your thoughts on, first and foremost, women who choose to do surgery, and then obviously, like, representing that body?
So I feel like this is a very big umbrella topic. My thoughts are kind of like sporadic about it. So for one, I'm not against plastic surgery. I've had my breast done, so that's, I'm in, like, I understand, like, the world of that. But there's two ways we can go with that route, right? One is the girls that get plastic surgery and then go, voila, I got this in the gym, versus girls that have gotten, like, liposuction or plastic surgery or whatever, and then took the time to maintain the body, build the body, go to the gym, and upkeep it. Again, I think a lot of that does have to do with genetics, right? I get women now that you can tell their body shape is very, what's the word? Like the opposite, the upside down triangle kind of thing. And it's really hard to switch that in the gym. You can build up the bottom half as much as possible, but eventually she may need to, if she really wants that body type, have to get something done, right? And I'm not pro plastic surgery, but it's just like, if you are so set in this, you want this, you want this, you want this, you want this, then it's like, you don't really have an option. But I don't think that takes away from the work that you're doing in the gym, because some of those people are actually putting in a lot of freaking work. So there's two types of people that fall under that umbrella. You know what I mean? Like the girls that don't do anything and then just kind of get plastic surgery and they're not consistent with diet or, supplements or nutrition or anything like that, versus the girls that got something because they wanted an advantage, and then they go every day and like push. Because I've seen girls that they're strong, like they're lifting crazy weights and they have like butt implants and stuff like that, but they're doing more stuff that I can do. So does that discredit what they're able to do in the gym or the work that they put in? I don't think it's fair to that extent to discredit that work. So I think it's really hard to,
What do you think about men that get plastic surgery, 6-packs and things like that?
Are they working out? I don't know. I actually don't know any guys that's done that. Are they working out? I feel like it's so much more common for women.
I've seen guys go get the whole pecs, abs implanted, and they may or may not be in the gym. Like,
to each his own. I mean, I guess, but that's also, it comes with. So again, there's.
You notice how it's such a difference of like she laughed, y'all. When it comes to the man, she laughed. When it was the women, she was politically correct. See, hey, look, I'm just going to be what it is. This is the Get Your Ass Up show. And guys, it's a double standard.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's a double standard,
because
guys.
You didn't let me get it out. No, it's not. It's really not.
Why did we get to laugh? We did. It was all seriousness, and she made sure she set the tone for it and everything. When it came to the men, she got the snickering and everything, y'all.
Because I don't know, because this is my first time actually hearing that guys are actually getting like muscle implants. I swear, like I didn't really know that was like a thing for real. So I just laughed at because in my head I saw what it looks like, but that's not what.
I got one of my guys out here in Miami. He Bandman Kevo. He got his body done, and he took a lot of heat. The men call it they're calling him. He said he got the man BBL. Is what they're calling it.
Does it look good though? Does it look like actual muscle?
He looks very very much like an action figure.
Does he really?
He looks fucking ripped. I mean, like,
yeah,
it looks fucking ripped. I mean, he got chest, pec, shoulders. Motherfucker look like he's been in the gym for 22 years.
Yeah. See, I don't know. There's like I feel like there's a character archetype when it comes to people that train. Right? So like for men and women, right? And that's why I said there's the type of women that just kind of do it and go, ta-da, that's me, which is kind of the vibe you just gave me with him. I don't know.
He go to the gym now. He go to the gym.
He does? Yeah. Versus the type that gets some work done to help them.
He felt like, I think he publicly spoke about it.
Okay.
And he was like, his body type could never be to where he was confident and comfortable with. So he's successful. He's got money. He said, fuck it, I'm going to go. Yeah. But he's in the gym now. I will say he goes to the gym like a motherfucker. He's on the treadmill. He's lifting.
Yeah. So did he get muscle? Like, did he get like silicone where the muscle was?
I don't know what the fuck he did, but it's different.
I gotta see a picture.
It's different.
That's okay. I don't know. I'm pretty sure girls do that too. I'm sure girls get like abs or something. Like, I don't know. I think it really just comes down to like, are you actually trying to put the work in? And are you just combating genetics?
So is this shit considered cheating to get? Like, if I go to
that's a good question.
Get surgery.
Yeah.
And I want the abs. I want the. Is that cheating?
I think it falls into the same level of cheating as steroids does. I think if you consider steroids cheating, then you would consider that cheating.
Do you consider steroids cheating?
Yeah, kind of a little bit. I think it's maybe not cheating, because I've seen people like be natty like through a whole like prep, and they needed a push, because realistically, like, you can get to your genetic peak and then that's it. You can't do more than that. Do you know what I mean? So if you do want to take it beyond that peak, then you're going to need some sort of something. It's not, and not that I'm condoning roids, and I think that everybody should just be popping them pills back. But if you really want that as your end goal, you can't, and I don't want to say can't like that, but.
So let me ask you a question, just in the gym, because the gym environment is a gym. I mean, is a space where you're getting steroids introduced
Yeah.
left and right,
Yep.
TRT, HGH, all those different things. I mean, you go in the gym and there's a fucking count. I mean, it's like it's a pharmacy.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Which
these
is also
things,
scary too. You got to know who you're getting stuff from.
obviously, like these are like very, very common in gyms all over the country, all over the world.
I feel like Miami is super into it though. Like more.
I mean, like obviously, like Miami is definitely Miami, LA. I've seen some like some of the like the bigger fitness like focus places. You see where the drug enhancement, sports enhancement use is very, very relevant. So let's talk about supplementation. Let's talk about performance enhancing drugs. Like what? Like do you feel like in the gym environment is a place for it? Do you feel like obviously like even like for women, like somebody that's trying to cut fat faster, if they're introducing
So
these agents?
There's definitely like easier routes to go about it. So with my clients, I always try to because I use supplements. But before I even try to go that route, even with like my custom clients, I always try to get what's happening in their body functions organized first, right? So making sure they have proper gut health, their microbiome is aligned, because a lot of the times you may not need a lot of the access. What you need is to make sure your body is utilizing everything that you have, right? Not enough people are getting their macronutrients in, and the macronutrients are really what is going to help you absorb the reverse. Micronutrients is what's going to help you absorb the macronutrients. So a lot of people are messing that up, right? You're not getting your veggies, you're not getting your greens, you're not getting probiotics. So all of these things kind of play a huge role. So for supplements, I would always give them that route first, and then moving past that, it would be stuff like basic, right? EAAs, BCAAs, glutamine, creatine, things like that. But I usually give that a little bit further in to their progress, just to see how their body's adjusting to just cleaning out their diet. Because most of the time, especially if you're new in the gym, nutrition goes a long way. You can see major results. Yeah.
I'm proof.
Yeah. You can see major results by cleaning that up first. And then you don't even know if you have food sensitivity to things. So what I start super basic, like sweet potato, chicken, eat that 4 times a day. Let's see what happens. And then we start introducing things to that, and then from there we kind of like build off of that. And I think as you get more like advanced into it, supplements could be like introduced. Also, too, it takes a lot of discipline. And if you're very new to the gym and I give you a whole bunch of supplements, you're going to one day go crazy. The first week, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm pro fitness. And then like 2 weeks later, you're going to be like, F all this. And then that's not good for your body, because you're taking stuff, you're stopping things. You're taking stuff, you're stopping things. So you don't want that inconsistency happening. I've had girls ask me for like roids or, to introduce them to like doctors and stuff that could give it to them. And these were all girls that were like 2 months in the gym and they wanted like a magic pill. And that's not what roids are. So it's like, you can't even do it like that.
But that's the society we live in now, where it's instant gratification.
Yes. Yeah.
People want to go in the gym and they're feeling the soreness. They feel like all the pain.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, wait a minute.
How come I don't look?
Why it ain't changed yet?
Yeah.
You know?
It takes a long time though. And I think and again, to anybody that's trying or thinking of even going that route, like you have to keep in mind that you need form, you need technique. Again, you need mental, right? You need to be able to push yourself past discomfort. You need consistency. And then you can even start using supplements and anything else that you want to add to it, because these things are not going to help if you're not helping yourself, right? If you're not pushing yourself to it, these things, they're just like an icing on the cake, but you need the cake. Mm-hmm. What are you doing with the icing? It doesn't.
Right. So if I'm like getting started and I'm a female and, I'm trying to get with Nebby, first and foremost, like I want to work with you, what ways can I reach out to get access to your programs, your coaching? So
I have on my Instagram, I have in my link tree the questionnaire that you fill out to see if you qualify as a one-on-one coach, as a one-on-one client for my coaching. So it would just be on my Instagram. My link is there. So it's at WoNebs. And then my TikTok is the same. The link is there also. And then my YouTube channel. So all of my information is on all of those.
And on, like, I think one of the things for people that obviously are looking to get into fitness, like, it's always the diet, right? And many of us overlook it. Mm-hmm. I obviously went I lost 28 pounds.
I know, which is crazy.
And when I think about my journey, one of the things that's very relevant was the fact that like I was like always eating out and grabbing quick shit.
Yep.
Whether it's Chick-fil-A or whatever, like, you know, I'm thinking about, I'm in business, I'm working, and whatever I can grab quick because I done waited to the last minute and I'm not prepared.
Yeah.
So I'm like, hey, I'm fucking hungry. I want to just
Grab something.
I just want to eat.
Yeah.
When I started being like, hey, I'm gonna order meal prep, and you know, I'm spending $200 a week for meal prep.
You know, I'm not actually the biggest advocate on ordering meal prep, but I'll let you finish.
And just the fact that I wasn't, because it was a healthier choice for me to eat.
And it was consistent.
And it was consistent. Even though it wasn't like always the best tasting shit to me, which is, you know, one of my...
We're not eating for taste.
Like, but I'll eat fucking taste.
We're eating for gains.
Fuck the gains. Give me the taste. Like, that's how most people are like,
Yeah.
I love ice cream. I love cookies. I love candy. I'm like a sweet tooth bandit. So for like 4 to 6 weeks, I went extremely disciplined. Cut all the sugar, the sweet, and then I started like gradually introducing it back into my life as I was.
How'd you respond?
I'm still like I'm like a crackhead with it.
Oh no.
Like when I start eating candy and shit, I gotta eat a lot of candy. It's like, you know, it's an addiction.
But it's because I think also too, if you tell yourself this is something you shouldn't have, you want more of it.
Like it's an addiction. So that's for me. But for me, I've still been in the gym. So I went from complete inactivity to like being active. So like my body now is back to the point where I sweat more. So I'm burning the shit off me versus it just, you know, I be at home all day.
Right.
You know, I'm eating 4,000 calories
Like
and it sits right on me. You know,
you're
like
putting the calories to use.
yeah. So now it's actually working that shit off. I know for me the biggest challenge was the soreness. I want to avoid this soreness. I want to not feel the pain, and so many people go through that. Like, I don't want to go in the first 3 to 4 weeks because they fucking suck. But what really helped me was like I took those every Sunday. I would take a photo, and I could see small changes. I watched my fat ass back start gradually coming together. I watched my belly flatten out. I watched my chest start to form.
Yeah.
And as I watched week to week to week, that was what started inspiring me. You know, like I went from like kind of avoiding the gym to being like, damn, I'm seeing the results. And
You're
then
getting excited.
Then it started being like week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
Everybody else truly was noticing. So it was like, I walk into the gym and people in the gym are like, dude, you look good. Wow, what happened? Like, and then that becomes like the next level of ego boost and confirmation that you're doing what you need to do.
Yeah.
Even your family members start noticing, and like to us, we don't even notice how we were letting our bodies fall apart, and like just simply showing up for 45 minutes to an hour can be so powerful for yourself. What was that moment like for you that made you commit? What, you know, when you first said, hey, you know, I'm locking into the gym and I'm gonna be consistent, because I watched you just post a vlog the other day and you were squatting like a motherfucker. And I said, oh, she tripping. Keith to tell you, man, when it comes to doing legs, I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Like it's my nemesis.
Yeah. That's usually like for women, it's chest.
But like I got strong I'm super, like my legs are super, super strong. Like I have freaking strong legs. Yeah. But I hate doing legs. Yeah. Like I hate it. And I'm watching you and like you're on your knees and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing this for, Neb? Like, why are you pushing yourself? Like, what's your why? What's in your head that I want to take my body to that limit?
That's a really good question. I'm just one of those people where it's just like, I want to succeed. So I don't like starting things and then not going to like my fullest potential. So I know I'm not anywhere near my fullest potential. So I think that's what it is. It's just like I want to be great at everything that I do, or else what's the point of doing anything at all? I think that's kind of just.
So give me 5 tips for women who want to lose weight in 30 days. 5 tips from Nebby.
Okay. 5 tips if you want to lose weight in 30 days. 1, you hear it all the time. There's a reason for it. Please drink a lot of water. You need to flush it out. There's a few ways that your body gets rid of fat. The main way is you're just going to use it in the bathroom. So get it out. Get the fat out. That's number 1. 2, up your step goal. I know a lot of people don't like doing cardio. I don't blame you guys, but you're going to want to get that step goal to like 13,000 steps a day. So if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch or anything like that, walk. Be more active. Park your car further. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. I promise you, at the end of the 30 days, it's going to make a huge difference. That's 2. 3, nutrition. Definitely make sure you're cleaning up your diet. Go for whole foods. Okay, whole. Like, don't eat anything that's over processed. Get straight chicken breasts, sweet potatoes. Very, very basic, very down to the earth. Make sure you're getting probiotics, fermented vegetables. You can drink kombucha. Try not to have anything too sugary. Sugary is going to be the worst thing you can do to your body. If you're going to really tap out for 30 days, focus on these 30 days. If you're going to have any type of a sugar, make sure you're getting it from berries. Berries are really, really high in antioxidants, and they're also great for muscle repair. So that's going to be your main fruit. You're going to do berries, and you're only going to have that in the morning. And other than that, get your mind right. Focus on yourself. Prioritize recovery and sleep, and spend a lot of time understanding your purpose, what you're trying to do this for, what your goal is. And remember, this is for the long run, so don't let go of that. Don't forget that you're doing this today for tomorrow. I think that was 5.
4. One more.
No. I don't got another one. I just gave it all to you.
You gave us all of them. Now, the next thing, are you a Converse or Air Force One?
Air Force One.
I like random.
Okay.
What's your favorite restaurant in Miami?
To be honest, yeah. Okay. It's not like my favorite, but it's my go-to right now. Made in DR, because they have like a $12 plate with like stewed chicken, rice, and beans. It's $12. I was like, I love this place.
Made in DR?
Mm-hmm. It's in Wynwood. You can get like, it's rice, beans, tostones, plantains, stewed chicken, and it's $12.
You see, that's how we always find a new restaurant. Y'all be knowing where to go.
That's the spot.
All right. Cheat meals. What's your favorite cheat meal?
Oh, I'm a chocolate person. So literally anything chocolate donuts. It's my thing. It's my
How
thing.
many cheat meals a week do you allow?
My clients or myself?
Both.
So my newer clients, I'll let them get 1 cheat meal a week, and I usually put it before their leg days. So I know that they're going to, use those calories up. For myself, I'll give myself 1 a week, but right now I'm on a 12-week prep, so no cheat meals.
What when you're not working out and you're just chilling, what's your favorite thing to do?
Well, I'm not just chilling. I also have an app that I run for entrepreneurs, so that's a whole nother business that I do. I have real estate. Chilling is not really a thing, but I like reading a lot. So I'm really big into poetry. I used to go to school for art. My degree was in visual arts.
Okay.
So that's my thing. Like I like acting, art, poetry. I'm very much into that.
And designer, what you gonna choose? Dior, Gucci?
Dior.
Favorite fitness influencer of all time that you might inspired you, whatever.
I don't really have one. Is that weird?
No, it's not. Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite. Like I think everybody does a great job in everything that they do. And I just kind of, everybody does something that inspires me. So it's not like this person is it, Like no one's the mecca.
Instagram or Twitter?
Do I like more or do I use more? Because oddly enough, those are 2 different things.
Whatever one you prefer.
Instagram, I guess, because I make money on Instagram.
Make money on IG. What's your favorite platform for making money? Which one has made you the most money? IG, TikTok, YouTube?
TikTok, actually.
TikTok.
Yeah. When I started TikTok, it was like a bum rush of just clients. So
how many TikTok followers do you have?
It's like almost 800K.
800K?
Like 790, something like that.
How long have you been like growing your TikTok following?
A year and a half.
TikTok gives you that ability to grow very, very quickly. Yeah.
TikTok was nuts. Like I had like a surge, but that's why,
How often do you post?
Now I don't post as much because I started going into YouTube, but I used to post almost every day.
I noticed that you carry your camera with you when you work out in the gym. Tell me, like, as a fitness influencer, vlogging and all those different things, how much of that are you personally doing as far as your editing? And
I do everything.
You do everything?
100%. Yeah. I film myself, edit myself. I schedule the posts. I do everything.
Cool. What else I got for you? What's your favorite gym in Miami?
Boxer.
Boxer. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Boxer. Mateo, you got it. Hey, look, free promo, Mateo.
Right, yeah.
Favorite type of protein?
Like flavor?
Yeah. Chocolate, vanilla?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. What do you have a particular brand you use?
Yeah, so I'm actually with First Form, so I use their Formula One. That's a quick digesting protein. It's my favorite because I actually put it in my oatmeal in the morning, so it's like cinnamon in the oatmeal.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. I got to get more protein. Like that's one of my.
I got a link for you.
It's one of my weaknesses. I got to get more protein in me. Here we go, folks. We have Nebiha B here on the Get Your Ass Up show. This has been a dope, informative podcast episode here. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing me. This was awesome.
Real quick, look right here.
Yes.
Say, hey, I'm Nebiha B. I'm on the Get Your Ass Up podcast. Tune in to the show.
Hey, you guys. I'm Nebiha B. I'm on the Get Your Ass Up podcast. Tune into the show.
There you go.
Yes. Did I do good?
Yeah.
Okay. I was nervous. My palms were all sweaty. Feeling like clam butt.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode with me and Nebiha B. If you found our discussion insightful, please make sure that you go follow Nebby on social media and check out her online fitness coaching services. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the Get Your Ass Up podcast so you never miss an episode. If you have any questions and you want to share your experiences with women fitness or harassment in the gym, reach out to us on social media or on email. Make sure that you stay tuned for more episodes. Let's empower each other and continue to have the healthiest and most confident lives. Remember, we're in the top 10 right now on the Get Your Ass Up podcast, and we're continuing to grow. Make sure you leave that review. Hey, it's so much appreciated. I can't wait for you guys to go out there and attack your goals. I hope all the women are motivated and focused now that they heard this inspiring story with Nebby and keeping it real in the gym. See you on the next episode. That's a wrap for today's episode of the Get Your Ass Up podcast. Thank you so much for joining me in this journey of learning, growth, and self-improvement. I hope you found value in our discussion and feel inspired to apply the insights we've shared to your own life. If you enjoyed the show, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, and share it with your friends and family. We're committed to providing you valuable content to our listeners, and your support continues to help the growth, and I want to over-deliver on that promise. I'm your host, Tony the Closer, and I want to remind you to never stop striving for greatness. Keep pushing yourself. Never give up. And remember that we're all in this together. Stay tuned for more empowering episodes continuing our way to success. Until next time, keep moving forward, and remember, get your ass up and make that shit happen.